Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Drawing with Kids with Mrs. R. Today we're going to draw a really cool, colorful spring garden. So we're going to start by getting our paper ready. And today we're going to have our picture landscape. So landscape is the long way across and right in front of you. You're also going to need a Sharpie, a pencil, and you're going to need color markers. So you're going to need a brown, a light blue, a red, a green, purple, orange, and yellow. So you're going to need lots of colors today, all right? So go ahead and grab those things, and if you need to press pause on the video so you can see what you're going to need for today, go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull all these markers to the side for right now because I do not need them yet. And I'm just going to grab my pencil. So we're going to start by drawing kind of a, not really a straight line, but a little bit of a squiggly line like this across the middle of our page, okay? So just a little bit of a squiggly line across the middle of our page, just like that. And this is going to represent the soil. So you, of course, you know, on the ground, if you were to put your eye down there and look at the soil, it would have little bumps and things from all the little pieces of rock and dirt and whatnot, okay? And what we're going to do in the middle here of this line, we're going to draw a shape that looks like this. So we're going to come down like this, and then we're going to come down on the other side like this. So it looks like a carrot, okay? So it looks like a carrot. And then from the carrot, we're going to have these little roots coming out of it like this. And you can make as many or as little as you like, but little roots that look like this. And I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing here. So these little tiny roots, okay? Because if you pull up a carrot out of the ground before anything is done to it, you'll notice that it has these little tiny roots on it. And then we're going to make these little lines on the carrot, just these little dash marks like this, okay? And then above that, we're going to draw a little, let me back out a little bit so you can see that better. We're going to draw this little line just like that, okay? And then from there, we're going to add little branches that look like this, okay? And they can be any way you want them to look. They don't have to look like mine. And then on that, we're going to add little leaves that look like this, almost like little raindrops, okay? Little leaves that look just like that. They almost look like little raindrops, and we're putting those here and there on our little root vegetable here that's growing in the ground. And you can put as many of these little leaves as you want. The more you put on there, the nicer it'll probably look. So just a suggestion. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for me. If you need to pause your video at this point so that you can get all of those little leaves in, feel free to do so, okay? All right. Now on the side over here, we're going to draw a little bit larger root vegetable like a turnip. And I'm going to make it a little bit rounder this time. A little bit rounder this time. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger. And then, of course, the little roots are going to come down like this. And the roots, they use those to collect water and minerals, nutrients from the soil. It's because the plant still has to get those things out of the ground. And then we're going to draw these little lines, just like we did on our last one. Now this time the leaves on this particular little guy are going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to come a little closer so you can see. So the leaves on these are going to be roughly, and what I mean by roughly is they're going to look like this. Let me back out a little bit. Sorry about that. They're roughly, they kind of have a ruffled look to them like that. Okay, so they have a little ruffled look. And then you're going to make on the side, they almost look like clouds kind of coming out of the little turnip here. And then once you get those done, you just draw a line down the center of each of these leaves and you put some veins in there. It's almost like the letter V. You're putting the letter V down the center of those like that. Okay. And then let's see, let's put another little thing. We'll put like a little tiny little radish up here. And radishes are kind of round like that. And then they have a little roots down here growing out, of course. Okay. And kind of looks like a little strawberry, doesn't it? And then it has a leaf coming up like this. And then you're just going to make roughly leaves again like that. And then this will go up like this. And just make roughly leaves around it like this. And then put your V's in there. Just like that. And then we'll do one more carrot over here. So I'll put a carrot down, and this one will be a little bit longer. Carrot. So the shape can be however you want, if it's like a bigger carrot or a smaller carrot. And then remember to put the little roots in your picture. And then of course your lines on your carrot. Now remember the leaves for this one come up like that. And then you add the little, they look like little raindrops, don't they? Coming down. You can just make them in pairs like that, coming down the length of the tops. And they don't have to be perfect looking raindrops. They can just be shaped like that. Get a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. So just like that, up and down the length of the carrot there. Okay. So then we're going to add some little details down here at the bottom. We're going to add some little earthworms like that. And little earthworms have little lines on them, don't they? Just like that. You can give them two little eyes and a smile. If you want to put another one over here, you can, like that. Put some lines on them. Give mine some little eyes and a smile. Oh, I forgot to put some lines on these. And then up here, we're going to draw a cloud. And then add a sun. Now, if Mrs. R is going too fast, remember, you can always go back and rewind to go back and see this part again, okay? And then I think the last little thing I'm going to add here is a butterfly. So I'm going to make a little shape like that. So two little bumps with the little antennas coming out like this. And some wings. And some little dots on my butterfly. Okay. I think that's all the details I want to add to my picture. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start sharpening my picture in. Now, if you need more time or you need to go back and see some steps, you can always go back and rewind, pause, whatever you need to do. So I'm just going to go into my picture now and do all my Sharpie lines. We did the hard part, which is the actual illustration. Now we're just going through and Sharpieing over any of these lines. And then, of course, the last step, we will go back and erase all the pencil marks. So if you get off the pencil lines, that's totally okay because we're going to erase all those anyway. So it'll be fine. Okay. So the Sharpie part kind of goes quickly because we did all the hard work with the drawing. Trace my little worm friend here. And I'm going to do my ground, which remember, it's not really a straight line. It's kind of a bumpy line like that. So it's interesting how the vegetables grow. The tops up here collect the sun, and then the bottoms below grow the food. So I'm just tracing over my little petals here that I put on my tops of my carrots, or whatever root vegetable you want this to be. It could be, it doesn't have to be a carrot. Okay, my little turnip. Almost looks like a strawberry, doesn't it? But it's not. Straight up. And little one. And I'm just tracing the last of my Sharpie lines. And I'm going to color in these dots with my Sharpie because I want the dots to be black. And last. Carrot. Lots of leaves on this one. Little tiny leaves. And then even though I've gotten off on some of the leaves, it's okay. Because I'm going to go back in with an eraser and I'm going to erase all these pencil marks. So it's not going to matter anyway. Okay. Now, if you need more time to do your Sharpie lines, this is a great time right now to press pause and give yourself all the time you need to get that finished, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start erasing all of my pencil lines. Go in and get all those done. So it's real easy, just go over all your pencil marks. That's why we don't do the pencil marks very dark because it's so much easier to erase if you just draw lightly. And then when you go back through and erase, it's really easy to get the pencil marks off. Okay. So just going through like this. Okay. Okay, now that we've got all the pencil marks erased, it is time to go in and start adding our color. Now, before I color, I'm going to make sure that I have my extra piece of paper behind to catch any colors that may go outside of my paper. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first color, purple. And I'm going to color this first root vegetable purple. And this is going to be nice and bright, just like that. So just go ahead and go in and start coloring that purple. I'm going to go around the edge here. Actually, I think I'm going to do it like this first. And then I'm just going to go over with my marker, go over all those lines. Okay. Oh, on the screen it looks blue, but it's actually purple. I don't know why it's looking like that, but sometimes it looks funny on the computer, but it's purple. I actually used it. It does look blue, but it's purple. And then the tops are going to be green. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and do all my tops green, like that. Oops. And the good thing with a marker is if you're careful around the edges, you can just do the center part really quick. So what I like to do is I go around the edges with this marker first, get all those edges so that I don't get outside of them. And then I go over and I do all the middle parts. Okay. So just like that, and then just go straight down. Okay. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to color in all these little tiny leaves. Now, on the picture I can see here, it looks very dark, but my green marker is actually not that as dark as they show it here in the picture. So I'm just going over each one of the little leaves to give it some green really quickly. It doesn't take long when you're using a marker. It's actually, coloring goes a lot quicker. And everyone should have got a set of markers from Mrs. R for art. Okay, and then I'm going to go over these leaves as well. Trace these ones. Get all the inside parts for this. Okay. Trace this one. All right, just go down through like this. Color that all in. All right. And same thing on this side. Just go down through, color that all in. And again, the same thing with the little leaves here. I'll just go in and color these. Lots of little ones, so this takes a little bit of time, but that's okay. It's worth it in the end. You have a really nice piece of artwork. Okay. Just like that. All right, so I'm done with the green. So now I'm going to go in with the red. I'm going to color my butterfly red, the wings, and I'm going to color my turnip red. And let's see here. And then I think that's all I'm going to use the red for. And then the yellow, I'm going to color in the sun. And then I'm going to color in one of these carrots. Or it could be a radish too. And then the last one, I'm going to color in orange. That. So everything's nice and bright. Just like that. And then I think I'm going to color my little earthworms. I'm going to color them in a little lavender color just to make them stand out because the soil is going to be brown and I want them to show up. Okay, so there's that. Now I'll go over with the brown. Get my marker here and my paper on the edge there because I want to catch all the extra brown. I don't want to get it on my table. Okay. So I'm going to go around like this. And around like this. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going around the edges here, and I'm gonna try not to get any brown in the yellow. So I'm just gonna trace around it like that. Be extra careful around the edges here. I'm gonna trace around my worm like this, so I don't get any brown on my worm. Okay. Going down like that. Okay. Try that all around. Okay, let me go up here. And trace around each of these. Okay. And just like that. Okay, almost done. Brown is taking a while, isn't it, to get it all colored in. Okay, there we go. So we got all the brown. Now the last part is to color in the sky. Now I forgot to color in the body of my butterfly black. So I'm going to do that real quick. All right, now I'm going to go in and do the sky, and then we are all done. Look at that, how fast that went. So I'm using a light blue to do that. Now I just have to be careful when I go around some of these other colors because I don't want to smear them or get them all over the paper. Okay, so go around the cloud because I'm going to leave my cloud white. Go in between here. all these little nooks and crannies we got to get in here. And keep going. Like that. Okay. Alright. Almost there. Keep going, everyone. You're doing great. Sometimes some projects are a lot quicker and some take a little bit longer. So this is probably one of our little bit longer ones. Okay. So just trying to get into all these little cracks. Sometimes it's not easy. But with a little patience, you can definitely get it done. Okay. Oops, I got a little bit into the red. Oops. That's okay. That happens sometimes. It's hard to get every little spot done. Okay. Turned out pretty good. There is our picture. Let me turn the light on. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Of our garden vegetables. Looks really cute, nice and bright. And each one of your creations is going to look a little bit different. But that's what the cool part about art is. And I cannot wait to see what you made. So make sure that you take a picture of it in Seesaw and post it so Mrs. R can see it. And so I look forward to seeing all the beautiful things you've created and to the next time we get to meet. So until then, have a great day and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye, everyone.